Finally here at Lampong. Now we're gonna make our walk to Ban Ma. Some hagglers there on the side of the Klong. To go there. Shops with these industrial equipment. So if you ever need machinery and various types of 20th century bits and pieces. And you got little full trikes like this. That deserves a view there. Temple in the background, this Chinese gate. We're coming up here. See the sign, this is where we're going here. Yeah, it's a really nice part of town relative to the rest of Bangkok. You know, like old school. Remit Road we're going on. So yeah, just all kinds of old machinery and new machinery and parts and valves and pipes and pulleys. Yeah, so really, if you need something cast or custom made or, you know, fabricated with metals and plastics, this is the part of town you want to come to. That should stink. They're burning styrofoam, polystyrene. This is temple here. Wat Patum, what is it called? Tum Dong Kara Racha. There's the name of the temple. It's Wat Patum Kong Ka Racha Warawihan. Here we are, the Chao Phraya River. Bangkok, Thailand, 2017. So there's a pier we'll probably go to a little bit later here. Old buildings, new soils here. So it's like newer buildings designed, retro designed into these old school buildings. Our destination, Ban Ma there, 350 more meters to go. Let's see where we were and where we might be going. Alright folks, Ban Ma. It's not quite open yet. An idea of the kind of stuff you might find here. So we finally made it to Ban Ma. Advocate Motor Store. Stuff on their website. Got these ones here. Got a gear. Motors from Ban Ma. I proceeded to return back to my office via boat. First we had to walk some few busy streets, and then here's this old sign about New Year's events 3 or 4 years ago. It never got taken down. Here's an old temple, or not an old modern temple. It's all renovated properly, I'm sure, inside. So just walking in front of this temple, vendor, monk in the temple. Here we are at Sapan Put, Memorial Bridge they call it. So we're gonna take the boat back to Nonthaburi. Not yet, this boat's going up towards Sapan Bridge. We can see how busy.
So it's just a little review of what I actually bought today. All this effort and mission and commuting in Bangkok via the trains and the rivers to to procure these goods. And these goods are tools, they're machines, they're parts. So from Ban Ma, I bought the most important of all these are, you see, 3 motors. But okay, so for my son's science project, he wants to build a homemade hoverboard. So he was inspired by some YouTube video where they just like glued a bunch of stuff together and hacked a battery and this and that. But we're going to go the route of getting proper equipment available to us. So I went and acquired these motors. That over there is for me. I bought that for myself, which is it's a motor, 1,000 RPM, but it apparently would be ideal for generating electricity as well through some mechanism. So I bought this special boot, which I can fabricate various types of pulleys and propellers and such to use with this motor. Using that. Anyway, that's mine. So for my son's science project, so 12 volts, 300 rounds per minute, apparently between
15 and 18 watts.
The 2 motors there. And these wheels, they're fitted with these boots that I can literally, well, they call them in boots and tie, I'm not sure exactly in English, but basically so you can affix a wheel to the shaft of the motor, and using Allen wrench and just tightening the bolts onto the shaft so it's fixed solidly. So I went with these wheels. These were the biggest ones, and they seemed more heavy duty than the other rollerblade wheels and such for different terrains. But I guess the real test will be once you get the power source and testing if these motors have enough torque. I ended up opting for the ones with bigger heads here, the gears, even though it's kind of closed off in the back. But yes, you can see all the fine workings inside, and not too hard to disassemble. So we got two polarity. We've got 2 poles, 2 terminals, and one is tagged red, so I presume that's positive. But with wheels, you got to make sure you get the speed, or excuse me, the direction right. I believe with these motors, you can just reverse the polarity and reverse the direction it spins. So yeah, so he's gonna work it out how he's gonna fit it onto his board, and he's gonna learn about science all the while. But yeah, that was the mission of today. Moment when you just want to get off the plane in a hurry, but there's nowhere to go. You're stuck at the window seat.
Get back to Phuket, and Django's granddad, or step granddad technically, is a carpenter, so he got out his drill and helped Django attach the wheels bounce onto the wood, drilling holes, and then Django did the rest. He opted for using button switches that when you press them down, they allow the current to spin the motor. And we bought 2 wheels, as you can see there, but we only ended up using one, balancing one, because it was more about how you balance on the board with 2 wheels. The third wheel actually helps you, but to reduce the weight that he had to push, he realized it was better to use just one wheel and learn how to balance. And yeah, hooked up the switches. I helped him with that a little bit to the board, so he could just press them down. Created a little pedal system where you could put a pedal onto the button to help increase the area of the switches. And then he just tried it and worked on his balance. This first time, obviously, he was just getting his feet, but apparently now he can do it pretty good at school. Smooth ground, and he's learned how to balance, and so success.